This is improvement of your predictions using statistics. So this table over here is full of statistics, and it has composite. This column here, composite column, has all the statistics for it. And then you have individual statistics for the stocks. And what we want to do is look at things like 0 of 0. That's saying, hey, it doesn't give us any good data. In fact, the bull first predictions are so bad, we're not even going to make any. And here's the reason why. If you look at the view after close, it's 2 of 6, which is only 33%. That's terrible. This is RSI is 33%. Stoke 33%. Excel 1 of 5, 1 of 6, 0 of 2, 0 of 2. All of these are lousy. They aren't very good at making predictions. So what this means is we should really hide the bull firsts. And the bulls first only happen 22% of the time. And that's probably some of the reasons why the predictions for it are bad. We might look at the bull largest as 33%, and it's 1 of 2. So it's 50% out of 3 possibilities. In other words, in looking at the back testing, there was actually 3 days where the bull was the largest. But my algorithm thought there was 2, and of the 2 it thought there was 1 of them was successful. That's 50%. On the other hand, bear largest is 3 for 4 at 75%. Bear first is 3 for 4. Bull any is 2 for 3. Bear any is 3 for 3. So everything is pretty good except for the bull first and the bull largest. So let's hide those. Alrighty. So we go over here, and that's called the flask. I just hit right here is the flask or beaker. And now I go to the settings wheel here, and we said that we wanted to hide the bull first and the bull largest. So let's look for bull first. Okay, this is supposed to say bull first arrows. This Thinkorswim for some reason puts in an extra space here where it shouldn't be. It's hard to read. Bull first arrows, and we want to hide those. So we'll click here and go no. Should we show? It says show these bull first arrows. Answer is no. Now there's show bull largest arrows. Should we? Well, we don't want to, so we'll put no there too. Now we just customized it. So we'll go okay. And apply. And we look at this screen, and it probably doesn't look a whole lot different. And maybe there's some of these less things down here that show up. The composites might not show up as much down here, but that's better data. But where it really comes into play is when you have cases like this over here. One composite says down, and another one says up. And that one we can't really read. I think it's an up. So 2 of the 3 say up, and 1 says down. Well, what's the real answer? I mean, is there... This one over here says up, and that one says down, so it's split. And what I mean by split is a split day would be this. Here's the closing price on one day, and then the first part of the day goes down, so that would be why it says first down, and the second part of the day it goes up. So that would be an example of a split day. But on split days, if let's say where one composite says down, one let's see, where did that go? One says up and one says down. What kind of gives you an uneasy feeling. So let's get some more voters in to help vote on what's really going to happen. This is like a 50% vote. You can tell that the first down, in reality it worked. Here was the closing price and it went down. But let's see if we can get some more voters. So let's look at some of the indicators. Which indicators are doing good? Bearing in mind that we're really kind of concentrating on what happens first. Now, in this case, first, there's bull first and bear first. So bull only happens 20% of the day. So we want to concentrate on the bear. Bear first is 44% of the time is successful, or it happens. So let's look at the indicators. Well, the VWAP to close is 3 for 3. That's awesome. And VWAP 3 day is 2 for 3. That's awesome. VMI largest is 4 for 7. That's okay. Let's go look. Let's show the VWAP 3-day and the VWAP to close indicators, and bring those guys up as voters. So VWAP to close, VWAP 3-day. Click on the task or the beaker flask, and now the setting wheel, which is on your this setting wheel is on all your apps on your cell phones. And we go over here, and we're going to scroll down until we see the VWAP indicators. There's a VWAP indicator. Show VWAP to close. Yes. And here's the other one. Show VWAP 3-day arrows. Yes. So now we've customized it. Click OK. Apply. OK. So now what we see here is for the first few days, the indicators don't show up at all, and that's the reason is probably because it's some of those things that we hid. We hid these certain arrows, but sometimes it's just because they don't make. There's not the data is like doesn't fit an algorithm, and so it's better to not show any arrows than show an arrow that might be wrong. In this case, we have one down arrow saying it's going to go down, a second down arrow that says it's going down, and these two composites indicators say it's going to go down. So 4 guys say they're going to go down, and guess what happened? Here is the close, and the price first thing went down. Does that make sense? So we get 2 extra voters when we do these types of things. In the case where you have 2 downs here, a split decision. One says down, one says up, and we get 1 indicator that says it's going down. So we have 2 say down and 1 up, and what happened? Here's the closing bar, and it went down. So some days it doesn't have any arrows. So if you had a split day over here, what that means is don't trade this stock, right? In actuality, there's 1 composite that says down, but really, it's kind of saying the data is not real clear what's going to happen. So if you had just 1 indicator, don't trade the stock. This one has 2 indicators, so that's okay. Let's see what happens. They both say down. The closing price is here, and actually the first bar of the day it went both up a little bit but majorly down. So it was a successful prediction, I think. 26 cents down versus 12 cents up. So if you would have had a stop loss, this maybe hit the stop loss, but it both happened on the first bar day, so can't really tell. That's how you customize it. I also wanted to show you how you get the statistics here. So I want to make it so that we're not hiding anything, we're showing everything, and I'll show you the statistics. Click on the setting wheel, and we're just gonna show the bulls again. We'll show the bull largest again, and now we're down into the bear largest arrows. Yeah, show those. Bull any. Yes. Okay. I think we're back to normal. Hit the apply, hit the OK. Alrighty. Alright. So let's look at, this is called a VWAP to close strategy, okay? And the light blue ones are down and the dark blue are up. So if we go with a VWAP to close over here, it says, let's look at the bears, 3 of 3. Okay, so what that means is this. If we look at this day here, that's 1 VWAP to close bear prediction. It's down. So, and it's saying it thinks it's going to go down, and what happened? The very first thing that happened was boom, it went down. So that's it predicted the first thing what happened would go down, and it did. So 1 for 1. The next one here is it says it's going to go down, and here's the closing day, and it went down. In fact, it never even went up that day, so that's 2 for 2. Now, here's some indicators here, but they didn't occur at the end of the day. This is where you bet right here. So it's not really making a prediction that it's going to go down. In fact, it's opposite. It's going up. So we're not going to even look at this one. This one is at the end of the day. It says it's going to go down. And what happened first thing? I need to zoom in on that a little bit. I lost my place. This is Tuesday to Wednesday. Okay, so you can see that between Tuesday and Wednesday, it went down and it predicted down. So that's 3 for 3. So you can see why it says 3 for 3. And so what this is saying is the VWAP close indicator works very well for this stock. And I think that's it. That's how you can customize the data and what all the statistics means. And once you do this a few times, this customization, it goes really fast. This particular day there aren't any composites, so don't trade that day. Find a different stock.